Okay, so hello class. So ang lesson natin ngayon would be the lesson 1 of chapter 1. Ang title niya is Language and its Functions. Okay? Bakit language ang una kong gustong pag-usapan kumpara sa IMs natin or sa mga ibang libro na pinag-uusapan agad ay validity and truth. Gusto kong language ang unang pag-uusapan natin, at least kasi para sa akin ang language naturo na sa atin simula ng I think grade 1 pa tayo. Okay, grade 1 to 6, I think tinuro sa atin ang proper or the form or format or structure ng sentences. Okay, tinuro din sa atin mga nouns, mga terms, mga ganon. Okay, at least, okay, sa subject na ito is tinuturuan ka mag 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Di tulad halimbawa ng pasok agad sa inyo is validity and truth na tinuturo sa inyo agad yung number 2 without actually discussing 1 plus 1. So dito, kaya ito ang discussion natin because I want to focus on something that we already know. So sa chapter na to, language and its function ang ating pag-uusapan. Okay. Pag sinabi nating language, ito yung man's greatest invention. Okay. Actually, without language, practically other human inventions would not have been possible. Kung tutuusin kasi sa language, okay, whether it's spoken or written, pag sinabi nating language dito pa lang sa sentence na tinuturo ko, is pwedeng mag-mean to ng pwedeng mag-mean ito ng literature. Okay? Language kasi, ang written form niya is literature or written language or yes, is literature. Okay? Um, Literature, obviously, alam natin, may dalawang uri ng literature, whether it's spoken or written. Okay? So, actually, without language, hindi natin mapapasa-pasa ang ating kultura. Yun nga, sabi dito sa second point, we are able to preserve our cultures, discoveries, and invention. Diba? Siguro kung walang language, hindi natin na-preserve yung mga epiko. Biyag ni Lamang, Beowulf, ano pa ba? Ang alamat ng sibuyas, mga ganon, or manananggal, or kung ano ba ba, tik-tik at aswang. Okay, mga ganon. Okay, language ang nagpe-preserve yun. At the same time, language then is actually our means to express our thoughts and feelings to other people. Diba? Di malalaman ng jowa mo na mahal mo siya without actually saying them, I love you. Okay, pero although merong nagsabi, action speaks louder than words. Oh, obviously, 'di ba? Pero, 'di ba? Pero kasi minsan, 'di ba, when it comes sa pag-ibig, akala natin nililigawan ka na pala pero mabait lang siya sa iyo. 'Di ba ganon? So anyway, so language sa point number 3, language is the verbal form of our thoughts. Okay? Kung ano man yung binibigkas mo or kung paano ka magsalita, ito yung actually verbal forms of our thoughts. That reminds me, kapag nagsasalita daw ako para akong galit. Okay, anyways, ganito lang ako magsalita. Sorry, class. Okay, ganito lang ako magsalita. Mababa, na parang panlalaki, na parang galit. Sorry, ha? Okay? Kung ano man daw yung kung ano man daw sinasabi mo, ito yung laman ng utak mo. Kung halimbawa toxic kang tao, toxic kang magsalita, puro na lang panlalait, chismis, therefore ito daw yung laman lagi ng utak mo. Obvious. Okay? Pero kung tungkol sa tawag doon uh, sa saya or optimism ang laman naman ng mga salita mo, lagi kang um, very optimist kang tao, obviously, ang laman ng utak mo or your personality as a whole is optimism or optimist kang tao. Okay? Language may be defined as a set of symbols by which things, thoughts, or feelings are communicated to others. Okay? Obviously, very clear na ang language is a way of communication, thoughts, and feelings to others. Pero ang ibig sabihin dito ng sets of symbols. Okay? Gaya na sabi ko kanina, ang language na pag-uusapan natin dito is pwede spoken or written language. Ang spoken is obviously verbal siya. At ang written naman, ito yung gumagamit ng set of symbols. Whether it's alphabets, ano ba yung letter ng Koreans? Okay, I forgot ang tawag sa kanila. Okay? Ang letter lang di writing style. Writing style is Hangul, right? sa Japanese kanji, pero I forgot ano tawag sa letter nila. Okay? So, ang written form or ang written language ay gumagamit ng symbols. Ito yung sabi ko kanina sa inyo, meron tayong dalawang features of language, spoken and written. Ang spoken language ay gumagamit ng sound patterns na sumusunog sa phonetics. It is linguistically accepted sound whereby an idea, feelings, or thoughts can be verbalized. Written language naman are visual patterns. It is linguistically accepted way of writing a word or term. Ang written language ay gumagamit po ng set of symbols. Okay? Halimbawa ng set of ay box, si B-O-X na gumamit ng visual representation or symbol na B-O-X. Okay? Ang word na box mismo, kung pwede lang mapagsulat dito, is actually symbol yun agad. Or ang word mo is symbols agad siya. Ito, tulad nito, ang word na language ay actually, ito nakikita nyo, visual representation ay the symbol itself. Okay? At si symbol doon na ito, si language, halimbawa, meron doon itong ibig sabihin. Si referent naman, pag sinabi nating referent, ito yung object itself. Halimbawa sa language, obviously, may symbol siya. Pero may object ba siya in the real world? Meron ba? Maaari, yes. Meron siyang object which is the language na pinag-uusapan natin. Or language na ginagamit natin. Okay, so mas madaling example, balik tayo sa box. Si box ay word na gumagamit ng symbol na B-O-X. Meron siyang object in the real world na kahon. Right? So, yung kahon na nakikita natin in the real world is the referent. Okay? Ang reference naman, ito yung meaning or signification existing between the symbol and the referent. Or for short, anong ibig sabihin ng box na nakikita mo in the real world at yung word na sinulat mo. Lalagyanan. Halimbawa, si box, B-O-X, ay meron siyang object in the real world na kahon, na si kahon ay merong ibig sabihin na lalagyanan. Naka-follow? Symbol, referent, and reference. Another example, si symbol apple, okay, meron siyang object in the real world that is the apple mismo at reference niya or ibig sabihin nito ay prutas. Okay? Meron din tayo pang-apat na element of language which is the subject. It refers to the individual who uses the symbol for whom a certain word or symbol means this particular thing. So for short, ang nangyayari is nagbabago ang meaning ni referent at ni reference. Okay? So example, balik tayo dun sa apple. Halimbawa, apple na merong symbol na A-P-P-L-E, okay, na may referent na apple in the real life, okay, or referent in the real life pala, sorry, is yung device, kahon, di ba? Tapos, ang ibig sabihin pala ng apple na may referent in the real world na parang device is Apple Macintosh cellphone. Halimbawa, ganun. Okay? Obviously, ang subject na iyon ay kung sino may gumawa ng Apple. I think Steve Jobs ba? I'm sorry, wala akong Apple because I'm poor. Okay? Okay? Si referent at si reference ay nagbabago ang meaning. Okay? Depende ito sa culture. Okay? At depende ito sa signification ng individual. Okay? Language is a human invention. It follows that symbols and words are conventional. Okay, or base sa sa convention ng isang tao. There are arbitrary or human-made. Nagbabago daw ito. They have been the results of common usage or social agreement. Kung ano man ang meaning ng isang symbol or word, ay depende ito sa ano na pagkasunduan ng mga taong nakatira sa area na yon. Halimbawa dito, may mga salita sa salitang Tagalog na ganito ang meaning, sa salitang Cebuano ay iba yung meaning. Okay? Thus, since nagbabago pala ang meaning or ang language, there is no necessary or natural correction between symbols, yung mga words, at saka yung reference or yung object in the real life. Okay? Halimbawa, meron ako sinulat na apple, okay, using symbol apple or the letters to create the word apple, ang referent ko pala in the real world is orange. Okay? Pwede yon because ako yung subject ako yung nagde-define. Right? Okay? Ibig sabihin nito is, balik ako, nagbabago yung meaning ng word. Okay? Nagbabago. Pero take note, dito dapat tayo maging clear. Sa logic, as much as possible is magkaroon tayo ng structured or one meaning of word. Kasi kapag babago-bagong meaning ng word natin, babagsak tayo sa fallacy. At pag-uusapan natin siya actually in the future. Okay? Obviously, kapag iba-iba tayo ng meaning ng mga words na pinag-uusapan, ito yung cause ng ating mga di pagkakaunawaan. Furthermore, the mere presence or existence of a particular symbol or word does not necessarily guarantee the actual existence of its referent. Hindi ibig sabihin may salitang mermaid ay actually may mermaid in the real world. Nagkataon lang na may word or symbol para dun. Naka-follow? Okay? Bawal mo sabihin or use as a proof na may nag-exist na mermaid kasi may salitang mermaid. That's fallacy as well. Okay? Ma'am, paano yung word na God? Diba? Hindi natin nakikita si God, may word na God, pero we know God exists. Actually, that depends on the religion of a person. Okay? It is just that ang mga Filipino ay heavily embedded or heavily influenced by the Catholic Church for us to agree na may word ay na may God nga. Pero sa ibang religion, obviously wala. The word mere presence in any language should not be used to prove their actual existence. Maaaring sabihin natin, ay by accident lang, kaya lahat ng language ay may sinasabing word na God. Halimbawa ganon. Pero the thing is, hindi natin problema sa logic whether God exists or ang existence ng object na may word ay nag-exist. Okay, hindi problema ng logic dyan. Ang tinitingnan ng logic dyan is, of course, yung consistency mo. Okay? Actually, meron tayong 3 sciences of language. Vital ito when it comes to understanding or pagkakaroon ng logical consistency, okay, when it comes to understanding or to have a correct reasoning. Okay? One science of logic is pragmatics. It is a linguistic science which deals with the origin, the derivation, and root words of symbol or terms. Halimbawa, ang word na democracy, galing siya sa two words na demos and kratos, which means people and power. Kaya ang ibig sabihin ng democracy is, of course, power to the people. Okay? Semantics, on the other hand, another linguistic science that treat formal relation between symbols and their meaning. Dito sa semantics, pinag-aaralan natin ano bang ibig mong sabihin sa symbol, halimbawa na orange. Ito ba yung referent? Yung referent ba niya is the color or yung fruit? Naka-follow? Okay? Kasi, gaya nga nasabi ko, dito madalas nagkakamali yung tao. Ano bang ibig nating sabihin? Okay? Ano bang ibig natin sabihin sa pinag-uusapan natin? Syntactics, ito naman yung nag-aaral ng formal relations between symbols as specified in the rules of grammar. Ito yung pinag-aaralan natin simula ng elementary tayo. Okay? Na may subject, verb, predicate. Okay? Na dapat kung present tense lahat. Okay? So, isang magandang example ng syntactics is, of course, itong nasa point 2, no more rape, kumpara sa no more rape. Obviously, kung mapapakita nyo, parehas siyang correct, pero mapapansin nyo nagbabago yung meaning ng sentence depende dun sa pagpupwesto dun sa exclamation point. Okay, so dito natin pag-aaralan, ang syntactics is actually very related to semantics. Okay, kapag mali ang pagkakalagay mo or ang structure ng sentences mo is, of course, is iba rin yung ibig mo sabihin. Diba? Dito tayo kakamali. Mali ka lang ng mali lang ang pronunciation mo sa isang bagay, ay nag-aaway na kayo, akala ng kasama mo galit ka, pero hindi ka pala galit. 'Di ba? Ganon. Okay, punta na tayo ngayon sa sentence. So, na-discuss natin, ang word pala ay symbol. Okay, si word pala is dapat ay meron siyang object in the real world or maaring wala. At si word pala is nagbabago ang meaning depende doon sa tao. Pag sinabi nating sentence, obviously, in a very common way of describing a sentence, is composed of subject, verb, and predicate. Okay? Sa logic, hindi na tayo lalagpas dyan. Ito lang actually ang titignan natin pagdating sa logic. Kung meron mang very complex way of, or very complex na, halimbawa, sentence na kailangan natin i-verify whether it's valid or invalid, dapat mo lang alamin doon yung subject, verb, at predicate sa logic. Okay? At accordingly, meron doon tayong 4 na uri ng sentence. Declarative, imperative, interrogative, at exclamatory. Obviously, ang declarative are any sentences that narrates ideas or imposes idea. For short, nagkukwento lang siya or nagbibigay ng information or idea. Example, masarap palang uminom ng tubig is an example of declarative sentence. Bakit? Because I am imposing an idea na masarap pala ang tubig. Okay? Imperative naman are sentences that gives command or asking for certain kind of effect. Halimbawa na imperative sentence is, can you open the door? Imperative siya because it's a command. At the same time, nanghingi ka ng epekto. Nabuksan mo nga ang pintuan. Interrogative naman, obviously, ito yung mga sentences na laging nagtatanong. Where do you live? Okay? Are you studying in PUP? Okay? Exclamatory, ito naman yung sentences na may exclamation point or nagbibigay ng emotion or matinding emosyon. Inisip ko yung English ng matindi eh. Okay? Nawala sa isip ko. Nagbibigay ng emosyon. Okay, halimbawa, ouch! I've cut my hair. Mga ay, ouch! Ouch na? Masakit ba yung if you cut your hair? Anyways, okay. Oh no, the house is burning. Mga ganon. Sorry kung mukhang sarcastic sa akin or sound sarcastic kasi hindi naman sunog ang house namin. Pero you get my point. Okay? Anong difference ng exclamatory sa declarative? Okay, ang declarative nagbibigay ng idea or imposes idea. Ang exclamatory is more likely you are the speaker. Ikaw ang nagsasalita. Okay. Ikaw ang nagsasalita or more on nasa open and close parenthesis ka. Ay, open and close parenthesis. Nasa tawag dun? Basta yun. Basta ikaw ang nagsasalita. Okay? At nagbibigay ka naman ng emosyon. Okay? So, bakit ko kailangan discuss yung types of sentence? Okay? Or 4 types of sentences. Okay. Kailangan ko kasi siyang i-discuss para at least alam mo na kung anong uri ang pag-uusapan lang natin. Sa logic kasi, ang lagi lang nating tinitignan in the eyes of logic are declarative sentence. Declarative lang po ang lagi nating titignan. Hindi po natin titignan imperative, interrogative, at exclamatory. Bakit? Kasi ang declarative sentence lang ang mga sentences na pwede natin i-verify whether it is true or false o kaya valid or invalid. Magkaiba kasi ang true at valid take note, pero hindi ko muna i-discuss yan. Ulitin ko, ang declarative sentence lang ang sentence na pwede natin tingnan whether it's valid or invalid o kaya true or false. Obviously, sa imperative, nagbibigay ng command, bawal mo sabihin true. Sa interrogative, bawal mo sabihin, pwede namang true, depende sa tanong, pero hindi siya question regarding kung totoo nga siya in the real world. Exclamatory, obviously, hindi. And declarative lang ang titignan natin whether it is open for the question of validity or invalidity, truth or false. Marami din tayong function of of sentences. Kailangan ko itong i-discuss kasi minsan parang halimbawa magtatanong ako ng i-identify nyo whether it's declarative or tatanong ako kung halimbawa declarative pa to, imperative, interrogative, okay? Ayun, is, para at least alam nyo, kasi may mga sentences na nag-overlap. Okay? Ibig sabihin nag-overlap, minsan magkakahalo-halo sila. Okay? Magkakahalo-halo sila. Para at least alam nyo, ay, ito is declarative. Kasi although meron siyang exclamation, is ang pagkakasulat mismo sa kanya is a very declarative sentence. Okay? It will make sense in the future kasi may example lang ganun pagdating sa logic. Okay? So, unang function of sentence is informative function. It is one in which language is used to convey some information. It is usually takes the form of declarative statements. So, informative function, madalas nakikita siya sa declarative statements. Example nun is, my name is Sarangolwan. I think, therefore, I am. Okay. Practical function, ito naman is in which language is used to produce some effects. It is also called dynamic function of language. And it usually takes form of imperative statements, like orders, appeals, please, requests, and commands. Example ito, please open the door for me. Expressive function, it is one in which language is used not only to express certain feelings of the speaker, but also to evoke some emotional response from the listener. Okay? It is usually take form of exclamatory statement. It assumes the form of jokes, jest, puns, humor, or lyric poem. Example ito, oh, the house is burning. Sorry for my sarcastic tone, pero ayun, I'm trying my best. Performative function naman is one in which language is used not only to say or report something but also to perform what it is being said. Ang pinagkaiba kasi nito ang performative sa declarative, kung declarative ay nagnanarrates or nagbibigay ng information, ang performative kasi is although yes, you're giving a report or information, pero pinaperform mo yung nire-report mo. Okay? So, halimbawa ito, I love you, I apologize for and I baptized you in the name of Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Questions regarding sa types of sentence natin. So, feel free to comment, okay, under the video. Okay. Before I close my video, meron tayong dalawang uri ng logic. Okay? Aristotelian logic, ito yung subject natin ngayon. At meron naman tayong Russellian logic or ang tinatawag nilang symbolic logic. Okay? Ang Aristotelian logic, ito yung subject natin. Yung symbolic logic, ito yung gumagamit na tayo ng symbol para ma-proof yung or masabi nating valid ang isang bagay. Anong itsura ng symbolic logic? Ito po, itsura ng symbolic logic. Okay? Basahin ko lang yung 1 hanggang conclusion. All dogs are cute and fat. Some are cute and fat. Spot is a dog. Therefore, Spot is cute and fat. Okay? So, yan. Symbolic logic na po yan. Okay. So, I'm just closing this up. Again, if you have any comments or question about our subject, feel free to comment po.